Welcome to the course on Reconnaissance Techniques and Security Assessment. To kick things off, let's consider a timeless piece of wisdom from the ancient strategist Sun Tzu. The more you know about your enemy, the better your defense. So why is reconnaissance important in cybersecurity? Essentially, reconnaissance is the initial phase of an attack, where threat actors gather as much information as possible about their target. This collected data helps them identify weak points and formulate strategies to exploit vulnerabilities. Our objective in this course is to arm you with the knowledge of these reconnaissance techniques. By understanding how attackers think and operate, you can better fortify your defenses and anticipate potential exploits. We will explore various methods used by attackers to gather crucial information and how you can leverage these techniques for a proactive security assessment. This dual approach not only helps you identify and mitigate risks, but also enhances your overall security posture. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the specifics of reconnaissance and equip you with the tools and skills necessary to defend your digital assets effectively. Welcome to our session on understanding reconnaissance. Let's dive straight into Slide 2. Slide 2, Understanding Reconnaissance. First, let's define what we mean by reconnaissance. In the context of cybersecurity, reconnaissance is the act of gathering information about a target to find vulnerabilities. This process is fundamental because it helps an attacker identify weak points that can be exploited later on. I'd like to highlight an insightful quote by Francis Bacon: "Knowledge is power." This quote embodies the essence of reconnaissance. Before any attack is launched, comprehending every aspect of the target is crucial. The more information one can gather, the better prepared one will be to exploit any identified vulnerabilities. In essence, reconnaissance is the first step in understanding how to fortify our defenses, or, for an attacker, how to effectively breach them. Preparing for any cybersecurity challenge starts here. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the various techniques and tools used for reconnaissance in the upcoming slides. Welcome back. In this module, we'll delve into open source intelligence, or OSINT. OSINT is a methodology for gathering data from publicly available sources. Essentially, it leverages the wealth of information accessible on the internet to create a comprehensive picture of a target, whether that's an organization, individual, or network. There are numerous techniques and tools that can be utilized for OSINT. Let's highlight a few. First, Maltego, a powerful tool that provides graphical link analyses by mining data from open sources. It's excellent for mapping relationships between people, groups, web domains, and other entities. Next up is Shodan, often referred to as the search engine for the Internet of Things. It allows users to find devices connected to the Internet, such as webcams, routers, and servers, and can be crucial in identifying potential vulnerabilities. Lastly, we have Google Dorks, which are search queries designed to reveal information that isn't immediately visible through normal searches. It's an incredibly effective technique for discovering sensitive data inadvertently exposed to the internet. Now, you might be wondering how OSINT can serve dual purposes, both for attackers and defenders. This is an important question. For attackers, OSINT can be used to identify vulnerabilities and gather intelligence that aids in crafting targeted attacks or social engineering schemes. For instance, discovering an exposed database through Google Dorks or identifying insecure IoT devices via Shodan could provide an easy entry point for malicious activities. On the flip side, defenders can harness OSINT for proactive security measures. By employing the same tools, security professionals can look for potential vulnerabilities within their own infrastructure, assess the possibility of leaks, and understand the publicly available footprint of their organization, allowing them to shore up defenses before an attacker can exploit them. In summary, OSINT is a powerful resource that, depending on the user's intent and ethical stance, can serve to either safeguard or compromise information. As we progress, we'll explore specific use cases and best practices to leverage OSINT for enhanced security posture. Let's dive deeper into these tools and techniques and see them in action. Slide transition to Slide 4, Network Scanning and Target Enumeration. Welcome to Slide 4, where we delve into the essential methods of network scanning and target enumeration. Now, the primary goal here is to identify live hosts and open ports within a network. This step is critical in understanding the landscape of your network's security. Firstly, let's talk about the techniques. Ping sweeps. This method involves sending ICMP requests to a range of IP addresses to determine which hosts are operational or live by checking received responses. Port scanning. This technique aims to discover open ports on the live hosts. It helps us identify the types of services that are running on those ports and any potential vulnerabilities. Service identification. With this technique, we dig deeper into the services that are running on open ports, understanding their versions and potentially exploitable weaknesses. Next, we have the tools. Nmap, Network Mapper. Probably the most well-known tool in network scanning, Nmap offers comprehensive features for discovering hosts, open ports, and even analyzing the OS and services running on each port. Masscan. This is another highly efficient tool designed specifically for high-speed scanning. It can scan the entire internet in under 6 minutes, making it incredibly useful for large-scale assessments. By using these methods and tools, you can build a clearer picture of your network environment, which is a fundamental step in fortifying its security. Understanding which hosts are live and what services are open will allow you to pinpoint potential vulnerabilities and respond effectively. Let's continue to explore these methods in more detail in the next segments. Welcome to Slide 5 of our presentation, the MITRE ATT&CK Framework Introduction. Let's dive into an overview of what this framework is all about. The MITRE ATT&CK Framework is essentially a comprehensive knowledge base that documents the tactics and techniques adversaries use in cyber attacks. It's openly accessible and is designed to provide detailed insights into the behavior and strategies of malicious attackers. Now, there's a saying that encapsulates the essence of this framework. To beat your enemy, you must know their tactics. The author of this quote is unknown, but the truth in their words is crystal clear. The better we understand the methodologies used by adversaries, the more effectively we can defend our systems and network infrastructure. So how exactly can the ATT&CK framework help in understanding attack patterns? Well, this framework categorizes adversary behavior into tactics, techniques, and procedures, or TTPs. By studying these patterns, cybersecurity professionals can anticipate potential threats, identify vulnerabilities within their systems, and implement more robust security measures. To put it simply, the MITRE ATT&CK framework serves as an invaluable reference that translates complex attack patterns into actionable intelligence, enabling organizations to build more resilient defenses against cyber threats. In the next slide, we will explore how these tactics and techniques are organized within the framework and how you can leverage them to enhance your cybersecurity posture. Thank you for your attention, and let's keep moving forward. Slide 6, Using ATT&CK for Incident Response. Hello, and welcome back. In this module, we will delve into how you can leverage MITRE ATT&CK for incident response. First, let's reflect on a powerful quote by Alexander Graham Bell: "Preparation is the key to success." This succinctly captures the essence of what we're discussing today. Preparation is vital. So how do we use ATT&CK for incident response? ATT&CK can effectively guide you through the core steps of your incident response process, which typically include 1. Identification. ATT&CK's detailed library of adversarial behaviors helps you recognize and pinpoint potential threats by providing a taxonomy of known tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs. By mapping observed activities to ATT&CK, you can identify unusual patterns and potential incidents more quickly and accurately. 2. Analysis. Once an incident is identified, ATT&CK facilitates a structured analysis by offering a comprehensive view of the various techniques adversaries may use. This can help you understand the adversary's behavior, predict their next moves, and assess the scope and impact of the incident. Response. Finally, by aligning your response efforts with ATT&CK's framework, you can systematically mitigate the threat. ATT&CK provides insights into defensive measures and mitigation strategies that can be deployed to nullify the adversary's techniques and fortify your defenses. In short, MITRE ATT&CK is not just a repository of cyber threat intelligence. It is a practical tool that structures and enhances your incident response strategy. By preparing and utilizing this framework, you ensure that your approach to identifying, analyzing, and responding to incidents is both comprehensive and methodical. Remember, preparation, guided by robust frameworks like ATT&CK, is indeed the key to successful incident response. Hello everyone, and welcome back. In this section, we're discussing the importance of staying up to date with the MITRE ATT&CK Framework. Let's dive into Slide 7, Staying Current with ATT&CK Updates. First and foremost, it's crucial to understand that ATT&CK is not static. The MITRE team regularly updates this framework to reflect new techniques that adversaries are using in the wild. These updates might include new tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs, that threat actors are leveraging, as well as improvements to existing ones. Here's a vital tip. Follow MITRE updates closely and continuously adapt your defensive strategies accordingly. Incorporating the latest intelligence into your detection and response mechanisms can significantly enhance your security posture. Now, why is it so important to stay current with these updates? The cyber threat landscape is always evolving. Attackers develop new methods to bypass security measures and exploit systems. If your defenses remain static, they may become ineffective against these emerging threats. By staying informed and updating your defenses regularly, you ensure that your security measures can detect and mitigate new techniques as soon as they are identified. Keeping up with MITRE ATT&CK updates means you're not just reacting to attacks, but proactively strengthening your defenses. It empowers your security team to recognize even the most recent attack patterns and respond swiftly and efficiently. In summary, staying current with MITRE ATT&CK updates and integrating these changes into your security practices is vital for maintaining a robust, proactive, and adaptive defense strategy against the ever-evolving threat landscape. Thanks for your attention. In the next slide, we'll look at some practical steps to integrate these updates into your security operations. Welcome to Slide 8, where we'll discuss leveraging the ATT&CK framework for threat intelligence application. The goal here is to illustrate how ATT&CK can significantly enhance your threat intelligence and improve your detection capabilities. Using the ATT&CK framework allows you to map observed threats to specific attack techniques. This mapping aids greatly in understanding and visualizing the threat landscape your organization faces. By aligning incoming threat data to attack techniques, you can identify patterns and tactics used by adversaries, making it easier to prioritize and mitigate risks. To effectively implement this, a key tool you can use is the integration of ATT&CK with your Security Information and Event Management, or SIEM system. This integration automates the process of correlating security events with attack techniques, giving you a more structured and detailed overview of potential threats. In summary, incorporating ATT&CK into your threat intelligence approach, particularly through SIEM integration, provides a powerful method for understanding and responding to threats with greater accuracy and efficiency. Thank you. Welcome back. In this segment, we're diving into target discovery and enumeration techniques. Our focus will be on leveraging public data to identify and understand potential targets. Let's start with the discovery methods. Attackers often begin with domain data, which can include information about who owns the domain, contact details, and registration history. By examining these records, attackers can infer relationships, identify key personnel, and potentially discover other associated domains. Next, we have public certificates. Public key certificates can reveal a wealth of information, such as the domain names that the certificate is associated with, the issuing authority, and the expiry dates. By examining certificates, attackers can map networks and gain insights into the security posture of an organization. Another critical resource is DNS records. These records can provide a plethora of information about the target's infrastructure, including IP addresses, mail servers, and subdomains. By analyzing DNS records, attackers can discover entry points and understand the structure and components of the target's network. As Ludwig Mies van der Rohe aptly put it, the devil is in the details. This underscores the importance of meticulously analyzing every bit of data, as even seemingly insignificant details can reveal critical vulnerabilities. So how can attackers use this publicly available data to discover targets? By compiling and cross-referencing information from various public sources, attackers can build a comprehensive profile of their target. This profile can include network topology, key personnel, and potential points of entry, all of which can be used to develop a precise and effective attack strategy. Understanding these methods not only helps us defend against potential threats, but also equips us with the knowledge to protect our data better. Always remember, the smallest detail can sometimes lead to the biggest breach. Thank you for joining me on this insightful journey through target discovery and enumeration techniques. Let's now move on to strategies for defending against these discovery methods. Hi everyone, welcome back. In this module, we'll dive into the critical aspect of host identification. Slide changes to Slide 10, Host Identification. Host identification plays an essential role in the initial stages of any security assessment or penetration test. It involves identifying and categorizing all the devices connected to a network, which ultimately helps in narrowing down the attack surface. Let's explore the methods. 1. WOIS lookups. WOIS lookups retrieve registration information about a domain, which can reveal details about the domain owner, their contact information, and often the IP addresses associated with the domain. This method is invaluable for gathering preliminary data about potential targets. 2. Reverse IP lookups. Reverse IP lookups take an IP address and return a list of domains that are hosted on that address. This is particularly useful for identifying shared hosting environments where multiple websites reside on a single server, providing a broader view of potential entry points. For these techniques, various tools can be employed. One effective set of tools are those from Project Discovery. These tools are open source and widely respected in the cybersecurity community for their capability and reliability in host identification tasks. By effectively identifying hosts, we can significantly narrow down the attack surface. This means focusing our security efforts on the most critical parts of the network, making our assessments more efficient and reducing unnecessary noise. Remember, the more precise we are at identifying our hosts, the better we can secure our network. Slide transitions to the next topic. Thank you for listening, and in the next part, we'll get hands-on with some of these tools to see how they can be applied in real-world scenarios. Stay tuned. Closing music fades in. Hello and welcome back. Let's dive into Slide 11, where we'll discuss asset enumeration techniques. Methods of asset enumeration. One core method is DNS enumeration. This is a process where we use tools such as DNS Brute to gather information about the DNS records of a domain. So, why is asset enumeration crucial in security assessments? Importance of asset enumeration. Asset enumeration is like drawing a detailed map before starting a journey. It provides a comprehensive list of potential targets. With a full inventory of assets, security analysts can identify and prioritize vulnerabilities, ensuring no critical components are overlooked. This systematic approach helps in crafting an effective defense strategy and reduces the risk of blind spots that could be exploited by malicious actors. All right, that sums up Slide 11. Understanding these techniques and their importance is essential to any robust security assessment. Let's keep going. Welcome back. In this section, we are diving into an essential aspect of cybersecurity, inspecting DNS server logs for unusual activities. Let's start with Slide 12, which focuses on DNS server log inspection techniques. DNS server logs are like the heartbeat of your network. They capture detailed records of all DNS queries and responses, creating a rich source of information that we can analyze for signs of suspicious activity. The primary goal of inspecting these logs is to detect reconnaissance activities, those preliminary steps attackers take to gather information about your network before launching an attack. By scrutinizing DNS logs, we can pinpoint these early warning signs. How do we do this? We look for unusual patterns. For instance, high volumes of queries for non-existent domains, NX domain responses. Queries for known malicious domains or those with unusual or repetitive naming structures. Excessive numbers of DNS queries from a single IP address, indicating a potential domain generation algorithm, DGA, in play. By leveraging tools and techniques to automate log analysis, such as SIEM, Security Information and Event Management Systems, we can quickly identify anomalies that warrant further investigation. Real-time alerts based on these anomalies can give us the critical edge we need to respond to threats promptly. In conclusion, effectively inspecting your DNS server logs can serve as an early warning system, helping you detect and mitigate threats before they escalate into full-blown attacks. Make sure to integrate DNS log analysis into your broader cybersecurity strategy. Thank you, and let's move on to the next slide to explore this further. Welcome back, everyone. In this segment, we'll dive into slide 13, web-based reconnaissance techniques. This slide covers some essential methods and tools that can be utilized for web-based reconnaissance. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the methods. Crawling web targets. This involves systematically browsing through web pages to collect information about a target. Crawling can help in identifying the structure of a website, gathering email addresses, IP addresses, software versions, and other publicly available data that could be leveraged in a cybersecurity context. Analyzing EXIF data. EXIF, or Exchangeable Image File Format, contains metadata embedded in images. This data can reveal a wealth of information such as the make and model of the camera, the software used to edit the image, and sometimes even GPS coordinates where the photo was taken. This can be especially useful in pinpointing the physical location of a target or identifying patterns in image creation and sharing. Next, the tools you can use. AAD internals. This PowerShell module has a collection of functions that can assist with tasks related to Azure AD. It's a powerful utility for administrators, but can also be utilized for reconnaissance. OSINT tools. Open source intelligence tools are designed to gather publicly available information. Tools in this category can range from specialized web crawlers to EXIF metadata extractors and more. Now let's focus on a key question. What can EXIF data reveal about a target? EXIF data embedded in images can provide critical insights. For example, knowing the GPS coordinates can help trace the location where the image was captured. Information about the camera make and model, and even the serial number, can sometimes be linked to specific users. Timestamp data can give an indication of when the image was created or modified. Additionally, software version or edits can reveal technological preferences or habits, which might be useful for social engineering tactics or anticipating vulnerabilities. Understanding these web-based reconnaissance techniques and using the right tools can significantly enhance your ability to gather actionable intelligence. Always remember, effective reconnaissance is the foundation of any successful cybersecurity strategy. That wraps up our discussion on slide 13. Up next, we'll explore how to use these gathered insights to formulate better defense measures. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. In this module, we'll dive into some Azure reconnaissance techniques. Specifically, let's look at slide 14, which focuses on the methods and tools you can use for Azure enumeration. Methods. Using AAD internals for Azure enumeration. When it comes to enumeration within Azure environments, one powerful method is utilizing the AAD internals tool. AAD internals is a comprehensive toolkit designed for interacting with Azure Active Directory. This tool allows security professionals to perform in-depth analysis and enumeration of Azure AD objects, gather valuable information, and understand the internal configuration and structure of their Azure environments. Whether you need insights into user accounts, roles, or permissions, AAD internals can be an indispensable asset. Tools, Azure Tools, PowerShell now. In addition to AAD internals, there are a variety of Azure native tools and scripting languages that can aid in your reconnaissance efforts. The Azure portal itself provides a graphical interface for exploring and managing resources. However, for more granular and automated querying, leveraging PowerShell is highly recommended. With Azure PowerShell cmdlets, you can script and automate the retrieval of configuration data, resource metrics, and monitoring logs. This helps in creating a repeatable and consistent method for gathering intelligence across your entire Azure infrastructure. Explanation. Understanding cloud environments is crucial for comprehensive security. Understanding your cloud environment is the cornerstone of a strong security posture. Having a detailed map of your Azure setup allows you to identify potential vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and compliance issues before malicious actors do. By effectively enumerating your Azure environment, you gain the visibility needed to protect your resources, enforce security policies, and react swiftly to any anomalies. Remember, effective reconnaissance lays the foundation for proactive security measures. Both A8 internals and PowerShell empower you to gather crucial data, so make sure you're familiar with these tools and techniques, as they are essential for maintaining a secure Azure environment. Thank you for your attention, and let's move on to our next topic. Welcome back, everyone. Let's dive into slide 15, leveraging dark websites. Topic: techniques for gathering threat intelligence from dark web sources. Methods. As cybersecurity professionals, harnessing the dark web for intelligence can be extremely valuable. This involves actively monitoring dark web forums, marketplaces, and other obscure corners where threat actors often communicate and transact. But why should we bother? Question: how can dark web intelligence improve security? Explanation: the dark web often serves as a hub for various illicit activities, including discussions about new vulnerabilities, sale of stolen data, and even potential attack plans. By gathering and analyzing this intelligence, security teams can gain early insights into emerging threats. For instance, discovering a new exploit being talked about on a dark web forum can give your team a head start in developing countermeasures before the wider cybersecurity community becomes aware. Furthermore, understanding the methods and tools that attackers plan to use allows your team to tailor defenses more precisely and effectively. For example, if you learn that ransomware targeting specific industries is gaining traction, you can proactively tighten security measures within your organization. In short, leveraging dark websites for threat intelligence equips your cybersecurity strategy with a proactive edge, enabling you to anticipate and mitigate threats before they cause significant harm. That wraps up our look at leveraging dark websites for intelligence collection. In the next slide, we'll explore practical steps and tools for effectively monitoring these dark web environments. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everyone. On slide 16, we're diving into a crucial aspect of data security: limiting sensitive data disclosure. This slide outlines key techniques to prevent unauthorized access and leakage of sensitive information. Let's start with the methods. 1. Secure coding practices. Developing software with security in mind from the outset is essential. This involves writing code that inherently guards against common vulnerabilities such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and man-in-the-middle attacks. Make sure to use encryption, solid authentication mechanisms, and error handling that doesn't reveal sensitive information. 2. Regular audits. Conduct audits frequently. Code reviews, security testing, and compliance checks uncover weaknesses before they become exploitations. Audits help identify and rectify any lapses in security policies or implementations early on. Now take a moment to reflect on this quote: "An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure." Benjamin Franklin. This wisdom perfectly applies to our topic. Proactive measures like the ones we discussed dramatically reduce the risk of data breaches. Ultimately, limiting data exposure is fundamental because it significantly reduces the risk of exploitation. By minimizing the amount of sensitive data your systems handle and ensuring robust protections are in place, you safeguard your organization against severe security threats. That sums up our focus on limiting sensitive data disclosure. Next, we will explore practical implementation steps and real-world examples, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. As we move on to slide 17, we'll dive into one of the fundamental practices within network security: network and host scanning with Nmap. Let's break this down by discussing the essential techniques and tools available for this critical task. First, let's look at the two primary techniques for network and host scanning. 1. Host discovery. This is the initial phase where we identify live hosts within a network. It's essentially figuring out which devices are up and running. This might involve ping sweeps, ARP requests, or more advanced methods. 2. Service identification. Once we have identified the live hosts, the next step is to ascertain what services these hosts are running. This includes determining open ports, the software behind those ports, and the versions of that software. The two main tools we'll focus on today: 1. Nmap, short for Network Mapper. Nmap is the go-to tool for network scanning. It's renowned for its versatility and comprehensiveness. Nmap can perform everything from simple ping sweeps to complex service detection and even vulnerability scans. 2. Masscan. This is another high-speed network scanner. While Masscan can perform host discovery much quicker than Nmap, it doesn't have the depth and detail in service identification that Nmap provides. Question: why is Nmap a preferred tool for network scanning? When it comes to network scanning, Nmap stands out for several reasons. Wide functionality. Nmap isn't just limited to ping sweeps. It also offers advanced features such as service detection, OS fingerprinting, and even scripting capabilities for custom scans. Extensive community and documentation. Over the years, Nmap has developed a vast user community and comprehensive documentation, making it easier to troubleshoot issues and stay updated with best practices. Stealth and flexibility. Nmap provides a variety of scan techniques that can help evade detection by firewalls and IDS/IPS systems. Options such as SYN scans, UDP scans, and timing templates allow for flexible scanning strategies. Extensible. With the Nmap scripting engine, NSE, users can write custom scripts to perform specific network tasks, making it an incredibly powerful tool adaptable to various scenarios. Summary. Whether you're conducting routine security assessments or deep dive investigations, Nmap's robust capabilities make it an invaluable tool in any security professional's toolkit. Paired with tools like Masscan for rapid host discovery, you have a powerful combination at your disposal for thorough network scanning and analysis. In the next section, we'll walk through some practical examples and advanced usage of Nmap, so stay tuned for a deep dive into how we can harness this tool for our scanning needs. Internal and external network mapping techniques. Welcome back. Now we're diving into a crucial aspect of network security: internal and external network mapping techniques. Methods. Network mapping is a structured approach to diagramming the connections and layout of our network, both internally and externally. By establishing a clear blueprint of your network, you can more effectively monitor and protect it. Techniques to achieve this include: 1. Automated tools. Tools like Nmap, SolarWinds, and NetBrain can automatically discover and map out your network topology. These tools can reveal active devices, connections, and potential vulnerabilities, both within your firewall and beyond it. 2. Manual mapping. While not as efficient as automated tools, a manual approach allows for a granular inspection of particularly sensitive areas. This can involve physically tracing cables, reviewing configuration files, or using simple mapping software. 3. Network discovery protocols. Leveraging built-in networking protocols like CDP, Cisco Discovery Protocol, or LLDP, Link Layer Discovery Protocol, can help retrieve important information about connected hardware. Explanation. Why is understanding your network topology so crucial? Here are a few key reasons. Identify entry points. Recognizing where your network boundaries lie and how they interact with external networks helps in pinpointing vulnerable entry points. These are the doors through which intruders may attempt to enter. Spot weak spots. Mapping your network allows you to detect weak spots or misconfigurations that could be exploited. These could be outdated software, unpatched devices, or unnecessary open ports. Strategic defense. With a comprehensive map, you can strategically allocate your security resources. For instance, you might place more stringent safeguards around critical nodes or data repositories. Ultimately, thorough network mapping empowers you to defend your infrastructure more effectively. It's all about understanding what you have so you can better protect it. Thanks for following along, and let's move on to our next topic, where we'll discuss specific case studies demonstrating these mapping techniques in action. Minimizing network activity. Welcome to Slide 19, Minimizing Network Activity. In this session, we'll be discussing crucial techniques to reduce visibility and avoid detection during network reconnaissance operations. First, let's delve into some effective stealth scanning techniques. These methods are instrumental in making sure our activity remains unobtrusive. Methods: stealth scanning techniques to avoid detection. Stealth scanning can include tactics like fragmenting packets, using slower scan rates, or deploying decoys to obscure the true source of the activity. Each of these methods helps to mask the scan footprint, making it harder for intrusion detection systems to flag the activity. Explanation: reducing noise during scans helps in staying under the radar. When we talk about reducing noise, we refer to minimizing the number of detectable signals that could alert a monitoring system to our presence. Imagine whispering in a library instead of speaking loudly. Less noise means lower likelihood of getting caught. This principle not only enhances the stealth of our scans, but also increases the chance of gathering the information we need without setting off any alarms. Incorporating these techniques effectively can be the difference between a successful reconnaissance mission and an aborted operation due to detection. Thank you for following along closely. Let's continue building our understanding of network security operations. Welcome to Slide 20, where we dive into deep host assessment techniques. Firstly, let's talk about the methods. One highly effective method is using the Nmap scripting engine, or NSE. NSE is a powerful tool within Nmap that allows you to execute scripts for detailed host assessments. Moving on to tools specifically, we'll focus on NSE scripts designed for vulnerability detection. These scripts can scan for a wide range of vulnerabilities, from outdated software to misconfigurations that could expose the system to risks. Lastly, the explanation. Why are deep assessments so crucial? These assessments provide a comprehensive view of the host's security posture. By digging deeper, you can uncover hidden vulnerabilities and more accurately evaluate the overall security status, which is critical for mitigating risks and enhancing security protocols. So, using NSE and its powerful scripts for deep host assessments will equip you with invaluable insights and a stronger defense strategy. Welcome back, everyone. In this slide, we're shining the spotlight on a crucial topic in cloud security: cloud scanning techniques. Cloud scanning is essential for detecting vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and unauthorized access in your cloud infrastructure. Today, we'll go over two main components: the methods employed and the tools commonly used for cloud-specific scanning. Firstly, the methods. When we talk about cloud-specific tools for scanning, we are referring to techniques and tools tailored to cloud environments. Unlike traditional network scanning tools, these cloud-specific solutions understand the dynamic and elastic nature of cloud resources. They can autonomously detect new instances, scan them, and ensure compliance continuously. Let's move on to the tools. One of the most versatile tools is Masscan, which excels in its ability to scan vast sets of IP addresses quickly. While it's not inherently cloud-specific, it can be configured to meet the needs of scanning cloud systems. More commonly, though, you might use AWS-specific tools. These tools are designed to integrate seamlessly with the AWS ecosystem, providing detailed insights into your infrastructure, identifying risks proactively, and often automating remediation processes. Now let's discuss one key question. What are the challenges of scanning cloud environments? 1. Dynamic nature. Cloud environments are highly dynamic, with resources constantly spinning up and down. This makes it challenging to maintain an accurate and up-to-date inventory of assets to scan. 2. Scale. The sheer scale of cloud deployments can be daunting. Tools must be capable of handling extensive, distributed, and sometimes ephemeral resources efficiently. 3. Compliance and privacy. Ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements while scanning without causing disruptions or violating privacy policies is another significant hurdle. 4. Permission and accessibility. Scanning at scale necessitates appropriate permissions and access controls, which, if misconfigured, could either halt scanning operations or expose vulnerabilities. Effective cloud scanning is more than just running a tool. It's about integrating these tools into your CI/CD pipeline to continuously monitor and enhance your security posture. That wraps up our overview of cloud scanning techniques. Up next, we'll delve into practical demonstrations of these tools in action. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. In this section, we'll discuss accelerating scans by leveraging a tool called Masscan. Masscan is a high-speed network scanner designed to handle massive networks efficiently. Slide 22, accelerating scans with Masscan. So let's dive in. One of the critical techniques for accelerating network scans is using Masscan, which is exceptional in its ability to perform high-speed scanning. Traditional network scanners can be quite slow when dealing with large-scale assessments, often limiting their effectiveness. Methods: high-speed scanning with Masscan. Masscan excels in this area due to its highly optimized code. It utilizes asynchronous I/O, which allows it to send and receive packets without waiting for each one to be processed individually. This dramatically speeds up the scanning process. Moreover, it can scan the entire internet in under 6 minutes, assuming ideal network conditions and enough bandwidth. Explanation. Why is this useful? In scenarios where you're conducting a broad assessment, whether it's for vulnerability management, network monitoring, or even penetration testing, time can be of the essence. Masscan allows you to quickly survey vast IP spaces, identifying open ports and services at a rate that's challenging for other tools to match. To wrap up, Masscan's ability to scan large networks quickly makes it an invaluable resource for broad and rapid network assessments. In the upcoming sections, we'll look into how to configure Masscan and integrate it into your scan workflows effectively. Let's continue. Welcome to Slide 23, Scanning AWS for Target Discovery. In this segment, we're going to walk through the essential methods and tools you'll need for scanning AWS environments effectively. First, let's discuss methods. There are various techniques for scanning AWS environments, ranging from network-based discovery to examining the configuration and metadata of the instance itself. These techniques allow you to identify resources, services, and their configurations within AWS, providing a comprehensive view of the infrastructure. Next, we have tools. The AWS Command Line Interface, or AWS CLI, is a powerful utility that allows you to manage your AWS services from the command line and script automated tasks. It's invaluable for querying various AWS services to gather information needed for your scans. Additionally, there are specific scanning tools designed for AWS environments that provide more granular and detailed scans compared to general scanning tools. Lastly, let's talk about explanation. Understanding the structure and components of your AWS infrastructure is crucial for identifying potential vulnerabilities. AWS environments can be quite complex, involving a multitude of services, instances, and configurations. By effectively scanning and understanding this environment, you can pinpoint weak spots that may be susceptible to exploitation, ensuring robust security measures are in place. In summary, leveraging the right methods and tools to scan your AWS environment is fundamental to uncovering and mitigating vulnerabilities. In the next slides, we'll delve deeper into specific techniques and demonstrate how to use these tools effectively. Let's continue our journey to mastering AWS security. Welcome back, everyone. In today's segment, we're going to dive into Slide 24 and explore an essential aspect of cloud security, attributing cloud hosts. Let's break this down into two parts: techniques and tools used for attribution. First, let's talk about techniques. The primary method for linking cloud hosts to specific organizations involves a thorough analysis of metadata. Metadata includes information about the virtual machines, IP addresses, and other resources within a cloud environment. By examining this data, you can identify patterns and unique identifiers that trace back to the owning organization. Additionally, DNS records play a significant role in attribution. DNS records can provide valuable insights into the domains associated with cloud-hosted services. By analyzing DNS entries, such as the domain names and their associated IP addresses, you can often determine the organization responsible for the cloud resource. Now, to better equip you for this task, let's discuss the tools you can use. For metadata analysis, various cloud provider-specific tools can help extract and analyze metadata. For instance, AWS CloudTrail can provide detailed logs of API calls, which can be pivotal in understanding resource ownership. For DNS record analysis, tools like NSLookup, DIG, and specialized DNS monitoring services can prove invaluable. To summarize, when you're trying to attribute cloud resources to a specific entity, your best bet is to delve into metadata and DNS records. By leveraging these techniques and tools, you can gain critical insights and improve your cloud security posture. Remember to consider these methods and tools in your future investigations. Now let's open the floor for questions. How can you attribute cloud resources to a specific entity? Feel free to share your thoughts or any questions you might have. Welcome to Slide 25, Visualizing Targets with Eyewitness. In this section, we'll dive into the techniques for using Eyewitness, a powerful tool for screenshotting and documenting targets during an assessment or penetration test. Methods. Eyewitness is specifically designed to capture screenshots of web applications, gathering critical visuals that can be used for your reports or further analysis. It works by taking URL targets and automatically generating screenshots, HTML source code, and various pieces of information to help you understand and present your findings more effectively. Let's break down the process. 1. Input URLs. Start by inputting the list of URL targets into Eyewitness. 2. Automated capture. Eyewitness will navigate to each URL, capture a screenshot, and save the page's HTML source. 3. Documentation. It organizes the results in an accessible format, enabling quick review and better comprehension of each target's visual layout and structure. Explanation. Visual documentation is vital for several reasons. Ease of understanding. Screenshots provide an intuitive and immediate understanding of the target's interface and potential vulnerabilities. Enhanced reporting. Including visuals in your reports makes it easier for stakeholders to grasp your findings and their implications. Historical records. They serve as snapshots in time, allowing you to compare how an application changes over time or between different assessments. By employing Eyewitness in your workflow, you enhance both your productivity and the clarity of your documentation, ensuring that your findings are presented in the most impactful way possible. That's Eyewitness in a nutshell. A straightforward, efficient tool to enrich your assessment toolkit with visual insights. Now let's move on to the next slide, where we'll dive into practical demonstrations and advanced features of using Eyewitness effectively. Welcome back. Let's dive into slide 26, which focuses on understanding Windows SMB techniques, particularly how to identify and mitigate its vulnerabilities using built-in Windows tools. SMB, or Server Message Block, is a network file-sharing protocol that allows applications to read and write to files and request services from server programs in a computer network. Due to its widespread use, SMB is often a target for attackers. To safeguard against these vulnerabilities, it's critical to employ specific techniques and methods to identify and mitigate risks. Firstly, let's discuss identifying SMB vulnerabilities. Windows has several built-in tools that can help you scan and detect potential weaknesses in your SMB configuration. Tools like PowerShell can run commandlets to check SMB-related configurations and identify signs of weak security postures. For example, get SMB server configuration. This PowerShell commandlet can be used to view SMB server configuration details, helping you detect insecure settings. This gathers information about the SMB connections, offering insights into any potentially risky connections. Get SMB Share. This displays all shared folders and can highlight shares that may be overexposed. Once vulnerabilities are identified, the next phase involves mitigation. Mitigation can involve several steps. Disabling SMB v1. Since it's an older version, disabling SMB v1 can prevent exploitation of vulnerabilities that are specific to this outdated protocol. Enforcing strong authentication. Configuring SMB to require stronger authentication methods helps ensure that only authorized users can access shared resources. Applying the latest patches and updates. Keeping your systems and SMB software updated is crucial, as patches often address recently discovered vulnerabilities. In summary, utilizing built-in Windows tools effectively helps you identify vulnerabilities within SMB and subsequently apply mitigation strategies to fortify your network against potential threats. By continuously monitoring and updating your configurations, you maintain a robust security posture. Let's move on to some demonstrations that show these tools and techniques in action. Welcome back to our module on securing SMB protocol. In this segment, we turn our focus to identifying SMB attacks. Understanding the techniques used and utilizing the right tools are key steps in protecting your environment. First, let's talk about some common SMB attack vectors. Attackers often exploit 1. Misconfigurations, weak permissions and poorly configured systems. 2. Vulnerabilities, outdated software and unpatched systems. 3. Brute force attacks, attempting to crack passwords. 4. Man-in-the-middle attacks, intercepting and altering communication over SMB. For analyzing these attacks, tools like Wireshark and other SMB analysis tools are invaluable. Wireshark allows you to capture and inspect network traffic. Specific SMB filters in Wireshark can highlight abnormal patterns indicating an attack. Other dedicated tools can also help you parse logs and monitor SMB traffic for signs of compromise. Now, an important question. What makes SMB a common target for attackers? The short answer is its ubiquitous use. SMB is widely deployed in internal networks for file sharing, which makes it a lucrative target. Additionally, legacy systems and older versions of the SMB protocol often have known vulnerabilities that are easy to exploit if left unpatched. By understanding these attack vectors and leveraging the right tools, you can detect and mitigate SMB attacks more effectively. Let's now dive deeper into each technique and the steps you can take to safeguard your network. Welcome to this segment of our course where we'll discuss SMB password guessing attacks. On slide 28, we'll delve into the key techniques and methods used for these types of attacks. First, let's talk about the methods. One effective approach involves using built-in tools specifically designed for password attacks. These tools automate the process of attempting multiple passwords to breach an SMB service, helping attackers gain unauthorized access to network resources. Two of the most popular tools for performing SMB password guessing attacks are Hydra and Medusa. Hydra is a parallelized login cracker that supports numerous protocols, making it versatile. It is particularly efficient when used with a list of commonly weak passwords. Medusa, on the other hand, is highly configurable and intended for large-scale brute force attacks. It's designed to handle many simultaneous connections, increasing the chances of a successful breach. So why are these tools a threat? The crux of the problem lies in weak passwords within SMB, server message block services. SMB is a network file-sharing protocol that allows applications and users on a network to read and write to files and to request services from server programs. If these services have weak or commonly used passwords, it becomes significantly easier for attackers to compromise the entire network. Such a compromise can lead to unauthorized data access manipulation or even a complete shutdown of services. In summary, SMB password guessing attacks exploit weak passwords using powerful tools like Hydra and Medusa, posing a serious threat to network security. Adequate countermeasures, such as leveraging complex and unique passwords, implementing multi-factor authentication, and continual monitoring, are essential to safeguard against such attacks. Keep these points in mind as we move forward to ensure your network's resilience against SMB password guessing attacks. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. In this module, we're diving into slide 29, Understanding SMB Security Features. Let's start by exploring the techniques and methods you can utilize to secure your SMB, which stands for Server Message Block. This is essential for protecting your network and sensitive data. First, let's talk about leveraging SMB security features to protect against attacks. One primary method is the proper configuration of SMB. This might seem straightforward, but misconfigurations are a common vulnerability exploited by attackers. By correctly configuring SMB, you can mitigate a lot of risks. For example, disabling SMB v1 is crucial because it's outdated and has known vulnerabilities, such as the infamous WannaCry ransomware attack. Moving to SMB v2 or SMB v3 provides improved security features like encryption, which can prevent eavesdropping on your data transfers. Additionally, using digital signatures for SMB packets can ensure the integrity and authenticity of the data being shared. This means that even if an attacker intercepts the communication, they won't be able to alter it without detection. Furthermore, access control is key. Limiting SMB access only to necessary users and devices reduces your attack surface. Implementing strong authentication mechanisms, such as Kerberos, can further enhance security by ensuring that only verified users can access SMB shares. Regularly updating and patching your systems is another critical method. This ensures that you are protected against known vulnerabilities. Many attacks exploit outdated software, so staying current with updates is an easy yet highly effective security measure. To summarize, leveraging SMB security features through proper configuration, using modern SMB versions, enabling encryption and digital signatures, enforcing robust access controls, and maintaining up-to-date systems can significantly protect your network from various attacks. Thank you for joining us in understanding SMB security features. Up next, we'll discuss implementing these configurations to keep your data safe. Certainly. Here's a transcript to present slide 30 effectively. Welcome back. We're now moving on to an essential topic, identifying sensitive data loss. Slide 30, identifying sensitive data loss. Let's dive right in. Our primary goal here is to recognize how to detect and prevent the exposure of sensitive data, specifically within SMB shares. These are often commonly used network file shares within companies. First off, techniques. One effective technique is monitoring SMB shares for sensitive data exposure. This involves continuously scanning your SMB shares for any signs of sensitive information being stored or shared. Regular audits and real-time monitoring are key components in this technique. Next, we have tools. Utilize data loss prevention (DLP) tools. These are designed to detect and prevent potential data breaches. DLP tools help in identifying sensitive information such as personally identifiable information (PII), financial data, or intellectual property, and ensure they are protected from unauthorized access or sharing. Finally, let's consider the question: how can sensitive data in SMB shares be protected? First, implement robust access controls. Ensure that only authorized personnel can access sensitive data. Regularly, audit your SMB shares to identify and mitigate any vulnerabilities or unauthorized access. Use encryption to safeguard data not just in transit, but also at rest. And of course, leverage DLP tools to monitor and enforce your data protection policies actively. By implementing these techniques and using the appropriate tools, we can significantly reduce the risk of sensitive data loss and ensure compliance with various data protection regulations. Let's continue to the next topic, where we will explore some practical examples and case studies on this subject. Welcome back, everyone. Now, let's dive into our next defense technique, which is particularly powerful for Windows environments. Slide 31 focuses on Defense Spotlight, Hayabusa. Hayabusa is an advanced tool designed for Windows event log analysis. This tool significantly enhances our ability to detect potential security breaches by meticulously analyzing logs generated by the operating system. Techniques. Hayabusa enables forensic investigators and security analysts to navigate through extensive logs efficiently. This capability is crucial for identifying malicious activities that might otherwise go unnoticed. Methods. Using Hayabusa, you can filter and parse logs to spotlight critical events. For example, it allows you to identify unusual login attempts, trace suspicious process executions, monitor changes in system configurations. Explanation. What sets Hayabusa apart is its precision in highlighting patterns indicative of an attack. By sifting through the voluminous data generated in Windows event logs, it surfaces anomalies that suggest malicious activity, such as failed login attempts, unexpected changes to user rights, or the execution of known malicious scripts. In summary, Hayabusa is a game-changer in log analysis for Windows environments. It offers a systematic approach to uncovering potential threats, enabling you to act swiftly and decisively to fortify your defenses. Thank you for your attention, and let's continue exploring these invaluable defense techniques. Welcome to Slide 32, Identifying Attacks with Hayabusa. Now let's dive into the core topic here, understanding how we can effectively identify attacks using Hayabusa. First, let's touch on the techniques we use in this process. The primary method involves detecting common attack patterns in Windows event logs. Attackers often leave behind traces in these logs. Think failed login attempts, unexpected software installations, or unusual network activity. By scrutinizing these logs, we can spot the telltale signs of an intrusion. This is where Hayabusa comes into play. It's a powerful tool designed specifically for log analysis. Through integration with security information and event management systems, Hayabusa enhances our ability to sift through massive volumes of event data swiftly and efficiently. Imagine having the capability to pinpoint a needle in a haystack. That's what Hayabusa helps us achieve with our logs. So why use Hayabusa for log analysis? The benefits are substantial. 1. Enhanced detection. Hayabusa automates the identification of suspicious patterns, reducing the likelihood of human error and improving the accuracy of detections. 2. Speed and efficiency. It speeds up the analysis process, enabling quicker responses to potential threats. 3. Integration capabilities. Hayabusa works seamlessly with various SIEM tools, ensuring that the insights from log analysis can be readily incorporated into broader security strategies. 4. Comprehensive coverage. It can parse and analyze a wide range of event types, offering a comprehensive overview of system activities. In summary, by leveraging Hayabusa, you can significantly bolster your log analysis capabilities, ensuring you stay ahead of potential security threats. As we continue, we'll delve deeper into how to set up and utilize Hayabusa effectively in your environment. Welcome back, everyone. In this segment, we're diving into the exciting world of threat hunting using Sigma rules. Slide 33 focuses on the techniques and methods you can employ by writing and using Sigma rules for effective threat hunting. So what exactly are Sigma rules? Sigma rules are a standardized format for writing detection rules. Think of them as the universal translator for threat detection. These rules can be converted into the specific queries or rules needed for various security information and event management systems or other detection platforms. This standardization allows your detection logic to be portable and easily adaptable to different environments and tools. When writing Sigma rules, you'll typically define certain criteria that describe suspicious or malicious activities. For example, you might write a Sigma rule to detect unusual login patterns, unexpected software installations, or other behaviors indicative of a security breach. Not only do these rules help in detecting potential threats, but they also streamline the collaboration between different teams and organizations. By using a common format, you're able to share and adopt these rules more efficiently. In the upcoming sections, we'll explore how to craft these Sigma rules, how to implement them, and best practices to maximize their effectiveness in your threat hunting practice. We'll also look at real-world examples to help you apply these concepts in practical scenarios. Understanding and leveraging Sigma rules will significantly boost your threat hunting capabilities, enabling you to catch intrusions faster and more accurately. So let's get started on mastering this crucial skill. Welcome back, everyone. Let's dive into slide 34, where we'll discuss an essential aspect of threat detection, differentiating genuine attacks from false positives. When we talk about false positives, we're referring to benign activities that trigger alerts as if they were malicious. Reducing these false positives is crucial to ensure the efficiency and accuracy of your threat detection systems. Techniques. 1. Advanced filtering. Utilize sophisticated filtering mechanisms to fine-tune detection criteria. This helps in distinguishing normal from abnormal behavior more accurately. 2. Correlation analysis. This involves examining data from multiple sources to identify patterns that are indicative of real threats. By correlating events, you reduce the chances of a false positive. Tools. Modern threat detection tools come equipped with advanced filtering and correlation capabilities. These tools can process vast amounts of data, leveraging machine learning and AI to enhance accuracy. Question: how can you ensure the accuracy of your threat detection methods? Regularly update and fine-tune your detection rules and algorithms to adapt to evolving threats. Implement comprehensive training for your team to recognize the nuances of false positives. Perform routine audits and recalibrate your systems as needed to maintain high accuracy. By using these techniques and tools, you can significantly improve the precision of your threat detection efforts, reducing the noise from false positives and focusing on genuine threats. Any questions or comments? Feel free to share below. Welcome to slide 35, Remote Host Assessment Techniques. In today's session, we focus on the critical methodologies and tools used to remotely assess host systems for potential security compromises. Firstly, let's talk about methods. The techniques for remote assessment are designed to help you systematically evaluate the security posture of host systems without the need for on-site presence. These methods can include network vulnerability assessments, cybersecurity audits, and compliance checks, all aimed at detecting potential threats and vulnerabilities across your distributed environments. Next, we dive into tools. For effective remote assessments, you can employ remote scanning tools and endpoint security solutions. Remote scanning tools can sweep through your network to identify vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and potential entry points that attackers could exploit. Endpoint security solutions, on the other hand, focus on securing individual devices, providing real-time alerts, and comprehensive analysis on device security status. Finally, let's understand the importance of these remote assessments. In our increasingly distributed work environments, with employees often working from various locations, remote assessments are crucial to maintaining a secure infrastructure. They enable security teams to detect and mitigate risks efficiently, regardless of their physical presence, ensuring that all endpoints remain robust against cyber threats. With these techniques and tools, you'll be better equipped to manage and secure your distributed environments, ensuring ongoing protection and resilience against cyber threats. Thank you for joining me today. Let's continue to deepen our understanding of effective security practices. Welcome back, everyone. In this segment, we're going to focus on tips for fast assessment techniques to enhance your security evaluations. Let's dive right in. Slide 36, Tips for Fast Assessment Techniques. First, let's discuss methods. Efficient techniques are crucial for performing quick security assessments. This includes leveraging penetration testing methodologies that prioritize high-risk areas first, thus ensuring critical vulnerabilities are identified and mitigated swiftly. Moving on to tools. Automated scanning tools are essential for rapid assessments. These tools can quickly scan your systems and highlight potential vulnerabilities, saving you a significant amount of time. Additionally, rapid assessment frameworks can streamline the process by providing structured approaches to security evaluations, thereby enhancing both speed and accuracy. Now, let's deliberate on an important question. Why is speed important in security assessments? Speed is vital in security assessments for several reasons. 1. Preventing exploitation. Quick identification of vulnerabilities means they can be addressed before hackers have the chance to exploit them. 2. Minimizing downtime. Fast assessments ensure that any necessary security measures can be implemented with minimal disruption to business operations. 3. Maintaining compliance. Many regulatory frameworks require timely reporting and resolution of security issues. Swift assessments help ensure compliance with these standards. 4. Resource management. Efficient processes make better use of limited security resources, allowing teams to focus on the most critical issues first. In summary, utilizing efficient methods, automating with the right tools, and understanding the critical nature of speed can significantly enhance the effectiveness of your security assessments. Remember, in cybersecurity, time is of the essence. Thank you for your attention. Let's take a moment now to discuss any questions you might have about these techniques. Welcome to Slide 37, Incident Analysis and Response Techniques. Understanding how to effectively analyze and respond to security incidents is crucial in any cybersecurity strategy. Let's dive into some of the key methods and steps. Firstly, preparation is essential. This involves having an incident response plan in place, training your team, and ensuring all necessary tools are available and up to date. Next, identification is where you detect and determine the nature of the incident. This step is crucial for understanding the scope and impact of the breach. Following identification, we move to containment. In this stage, we aim to limit the damage. This could mean isolating affected systems or restricting network access to prevent the incident from spreading. Once the threat is contained, we proceed to eradication by removing the malicious components from the affected systems. This step may involve cleaning up malware or closing vulnerabilities that were exploited during the incident. After eradication, it's important to move into recovery. This involves restoring and validating the affected systems and services. We need to ensure that operations are back to normal and that there are no lingering issues. Finally, the lessons learned phase is where we analyze the incident to understand what happened and why. This step is vital for improving future incident response efforts. It helps to refine our response plans, improve protections, and ensure better preparedness for future incidents. Remember, incident response is a cycle of continuous improvement. Each incident provides valuable insights that strengthen the overall cybersecurity posture of an organization. Thank you for your attention. Let's move on to the next slide. All right, everyone, we've reached the final slide of our course. Slide 38, Course Summary. Let's take a few minutes to recap the key points we've covered to ensure you have a solid understanding of the material. Overview. Throughout this course, we delved into various techniques and methodologies that are foundational for robust cybersecurity. Let's summarize the main takeaways. Key points. Recap. 1. Reconnaissance techniques. We began by discussing the importance of reconnaissance in cybersecurity. This phase involves gathering as much information as possible about your target, whether it's an organization, a network, or a system. Knowing how attackers collect this data helps you better prepare and defend against potential threats. Passive and active reconnaissance. We differentiated between passive and active reconnaissance. Passive reconnaissance is all about collecting information without direct interaction, whereas active reconnaissance involves interacting with the target, such as through network scans or social engineering. 3. Security assessments. Evaluating your security posture through assessments such as vulnerability assessments and penetration testing is vital. These assessments help you identify weaknesses before malicious actors can exploit them. We covered various tools and techniques you can use to conduct these assessments effectively. 4. Mitigation strategies. Understanding potential threats is only part of the solution. Implementing appropriate mitigation strategies is crucial. We explored various methods for hardening your systems, including patch management, employee training, and using advanced security solutions. Main takeaways. Understanding reconnaissance techniques. Mastering both passive and active reconnaissance methods gives you an edge in preempting attacks. Conducting security assessments. Regular security assessments are crucial for identifying and addressing vulnerabilities. Implementing mitigation strategies. Proactively hardening your systems and networks helps create a robust defense against potential threats. By mastering these core elements, you'll be well equipped to enhance your organization's cybersecurity posture. Thank you for participating in this course. I hope you found it informative and practically useful. If you have any questions or need further clarification on any topic, feel free to reach out. All right, folks, as our session draws to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. This brings us to slide 39. Final thoughts. The proverb, "The best defense is a good offense," perfectly encapsulates our core message today. Proactively implementing the techniques and strategies we've discussed will fortify your organization's security posture, making it much harder for potential threats to gain a foothold. My final challenge to you is this: how will you apply these techniques to improve your organization's security? Think about the tools, methods, and practices we've explored. Which ones can be integrated into your existing framework? How can you innovate to stay ahead of emerging threats? Remember, the knowledge you've gained here is only valuable if you put it into action. By doing so, you'll not only protect your data and resources, but also create a culture of security awareness and resilience within your team. Thank you for your participation and commitment. Stay proactive, stay secure. All right, everyone, we've made it to the Q&A portion of our session. Feel free to ask any questions or bring up any points for discussion. Let's open the floor for your questions. Remember, curiosity is the wick in the candle of learning, as William Arthur Ward so wisely put it. This is your chance to clarify any doubts and deepen your understanding. Addressing your questions not only helps you solidify the concepts we've covered, but also often brings new insights to the whole group. So don't hesitate. If you're curious about something, chances are others might be wondering the same thing. Who wants to kick things off with the first question?
This transcript.
This transcripts the introduction clear and encourages participation while underlining the importance of curiosity and questioning in learning.